Okay, so the Rams continue their trend of not drafting in the first round after having I guess they got Jared Verse last year, nailed it, and moving on. The Falcons are continuing their trend of drafting first round edge rushers after going with Jalen Walker, who I think should be an edge. I don't know if he will end up being an edge. We'll see. But now they get someone who just fits the edge position, and in a way, it's kind of smart how the Falcons have done this. We can talk about, is it good to trade up for a non-quarterback and all that stuff, but if you're going to add 2 edge rushers in the draft, you're essentially getting best of both worlds. Pearce, much more of a just traditional guy who is a good player, was a good player in college, should be a good player in the pros, whereas Walker kind of more of the project type. So you're kind of getting both sides here. You're playing both sides, so you hopefully will come out on top. I will say, he had apparently some character concerns, not like anything like gross, just like apparently he was like uncoachable. People didn't love how he reacted in certain things. So I think that might be part of what hurt his stock, because as a player, this guy is a ridiculously good edge rusher. I had him as a top 10 talent on my big board. That's how high I am on James Pearce. Very disappointed he goes to a division rival. All my favorite players went to division rivals here. Kelvin Banks I liked. He goes to the Saints. Ted McMillan I liked. He goes to the Panthers. So hopefully you guys were big Emeka Egbuka fans, I guess. But yeah, let's get into the film and why I like this. Okay, actually I have to butt back in here because I didn't fully read the trade details beforehand, and I didn't. I assumed, okay, it's going to be what you typically expect. They gave up a future first to do this, which is crazy, I think. Again, we'll see how the Falcons do. I mean, they famously had to quote after Michael Penix, where they said, we're not going to be drafting this high again, which is why they wanted to draft him. They are very confident, or maybe they're saying, hey, if we suck, it's someone else's problem anyway, right? So, wow, what a bold call there. But I love the player, and I think it's not a horrible pick. So they really wanted him. So I don't hate the idea. It's a bold one, right? Let's get into the film now and why I like the player. Let's start off with this play. So what's going to happen here is he's going to be going up against one-on-one against an Alabama right tackle. And listen, for someone like James Pearce, playing at Tennessee, you got to play against good teams, right? So he's playing against good college players. Now, is there always a leap between good college players and good NFL players? Of course, but still, it's promising. But anyway, let's see what he's going to do on this play. So right when this play begins, you're going to see how he's going to engage in contact, and really it's his right hand I find to be the key to this particular play. Usually for a left tackle, you're defending, or this is the right tackle, so usually for a right tackle, you're defending your right side of your body, but here, Pearce is kind of going to the left tackle's left side of his body, and really what I think Pearce does so well is his hands. Because he has that right hand on the left, or I guess on the left side of the right tackle, our right side, watch the power he's going to pull off here. Watch how he just kind of shoves that aside and is able to get through, and he would have gotten to the quarterback had it just not been for the fact that, ball came out very early. What are you going to do? Sometimes there's only so much you can do. But yeah, I mean, this is really good stuff, and quite frankly, he just checks off so many boxes. Like a play like this, for example, which ultimately, okay, he is going up against a tight end, so okay, you expect him to win this matchup, but you would like him to kind of dominate the matchup, right? That's what you would prefer. Now, why is the offense doing this? Well, because they're not going to run directly on this side of the field. So, and hey, ultimately, tight ends are blockers. You hope that they can at least do an okay job here. Well, when this play begins, again, you see just that push that Pearce has. I mean, getting the hand placement he wants, and also just the the power that he has. Because a lot of times for someone like Pearce, you look at him and say, okay, 243, that's not like small, but does he have to add another 10 pounds here? Feels a little bit on the smaller side, but trust me, he has power. In this situation, you already saw it with the tight end, but here's kind of the tricky thing. As I mentioned, the run isn't going in Pearce's direction, so that's kind of why they're okay with it, even if Pearce can make something happen. But watch what Pearce is going to do. This is very clever. Watch him push the tight end into the running lane, which then sort of allows that play to get swallowed up. I mean, that's a great play by Pearce, and again, it's a smart play by him. It also just goes to show the physicality that he has. He can bully guys, and that's what he was able to do there. Now, I will say he wasn't asked to defend the run as much, and so maybe there is some projections. Could that wear him out over time in the NFL? But ultimately, I thought he did defend the run well when he was out there. Also, I want to talk about coverage, which I know is going to sound weird, but like he was legitimately good in coverage. Like he is someone who, if you want to drop him back there, he's not just going to take up, the 3 yards that he's going to take up. Like he can play. Like this play, for example, you see he's going to drop back into coverage. When this play begins, you see that like he's gonna right here notice, okay, hey, there is an Alabama player towards the top of the screen. Is that who he wants to pay attention to? Well, actually, that's the player he should be focused on because he has help towards the top of the screen, but you should be focusing on the guy who I've circled in yellow. James Pearce is an edge rusher. He's not supposed to know this. He's supposed to just stand where he's at, right? Well, no, watch how he does come in and he defends that player as well. Again, this isn't a highlight reel level play or anything, but I like this play to show because it just shows that he has an understanding of what he's supposed to be doing in zone coverage, which is like not something you usually see from edge rushers. So to me, that's pretty good. I also like something like this to show off his athleticism. I've talked about power, but ultimately, if all he had was power, I wouldn't be as high on him because like he is a little bit smaller and sometimes just when you get to the NFL level, guys are stronger and then what else are you going to be able to do? Well, he has other parts of his game. So first, going up one-on-one against the tight end right here. When this play begins, you're going to see that really he wins that pretty well, but also the tight end was looking like it was a screen pass. So that was never, that wasn't a full block. So Pearce is kind of just, at this point, nothing really has happened. But for the running back, because Pearce is standing right in front of the tight end, he wants to, for the quarterback, he wants to run on this play. But watch Pearce and watch how he tracks him down. Again, that's Jalen Milroe. That's a good quarterback prospect that Pearce is. And the thing about Milroe is his athleticism. Pearce is able to run him down. He is definitely an athletic player. He has the speed and power combination that I really like to see from a player like him. There's also this play, which is, so he's going to be going up one-on-one against a right tackle once again. This is just a pure pass rush situation. Watch as when this play begins. So first, you're going to see how, again, the contact right here, it's the hand placement he has right here, getting sort of on the inside, almost a chest area of this Alabama tackle. Watch how he does push him aside pretty well back. Now, Milroe does a good job at juking out the area, knowing where to, kind of knowing how to get around Pearce, but I'd still say it's a pretty good rep from him. Again, you're disrupting the quarterback, which is what your job is to ultimately do, and he was very close to being able to, get to the back of Milroe, and you can't help but think about, like, all those Khalil Mack type plays where he's able to get around and knock the ball loose, right? Like, there's some of that to James Pearce, so ultimately, he's just a player who I just think, like, again, his tape, it checks every box. This guy is strong. This guy is fast. This guy is a great athlete. He has great hands, and he played against great competitions. So, it's just really good stuff all around for Pearce. So, yeah, I think he's a really good player. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on James Pearce Jr. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And, of course, as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video and want to hear more of my thoughts, well, for one thing, you can check out my movie channel. Yes, I have a movie channel. You can check the link in the description below. I do some fun things like some movie reviews, even some TV show reviews, tier list, fun things like that, so you can check that out. Also, make sure that you are subscribed and paying attention to this channel, as there will be plenty of draft content. I plan on making a video for every first round pick, many of the other picks throughout the draft, and also I will do recaps for each team after the draft is over. So I will eventually talk about every single pick from your favorite team. Be on the lookout for that, as it will be out this weekend. And also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter. I am at Jackson Kruger, or X, whatever you prefer to call it. But yeah, that's all I got. Thanks again for watching till the end of the video.